Hello, welcome to 1014 Sesh. I am Kimberly.
I am Maria. Welcome, guys, to our which
Ninth,
episode is this?
ninth episode.
Ninth episode, girls. One
I
episode
know.
left until our 10th special
I
episode.
know. Woo, woo.
Emoción. Can you guys believe it's been like 9 episodes already?
I
That's
still can't
crazy.
believe it. Like, no, I look at through our Anchor app and I see the first one was on December 11th. So that will be our anniversary for the podcast.
Literal. Oh, qué
Yeah.
emoción. By the way, I want to say a huge, huge thanks to all of you guys
Yes.
that are listening to us. Porque Kimberly and I, we're shook because we hit our 300 plays on.
I think in general, like our plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, our podcast has been heard 300 times. So that's super, super crazy and
I
amazing.
know.
So thank you so much to our friends, our family, and all the people that we don't know that are listening around the globe. So thank you so much for listening, your support. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone as well. Like at the beginning, like we said, this podcast is for fun. It's like a safe
Mm-hmm.
haven for me and Maria to just talk about whatever comes to mind, to vent and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So yeah, like I was expecting like what, 10 or 20, and then just the 60 because of the Instagram followers.
Yes.
So now that I saw 300, well, no, right now it's 303. I'm like, wow.
Woo!
So
Yay.
yes, thank you so much for listening to us. Yay.
Yay. So, Kimberly, how was your week, girl? What you been up to?
Well, nothing much. But yesterday I finally finished my super ultimate rewatch, the Star Wars.
Oh my God, girl. How was it?
It was very emotional. Like once you see it like all, like you feel like you're part of the gang in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So once they win the fights and everything, you're just crying. So yeah, it was amazing. And no, y la música de background, como que se te
Yeah,
paran los pelos, like John Williams. Thank you for that
he's the
composition.
man. He is the man.
Ay, but yeah, it was beautiful. But nothing much. Same shit. How about you?
Well, girl, this week has been more. I've been feeling with more energy this week. I just want to start by thanking you, Kimberly.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
oh, oh, oh.
Surprise, surprise. I want to thank this woman. Porque la semana pasada, you guys know that we recorded our truth or drink episode, and I had the worst allergy ever. I was so bad, and
Dito.
I was supposed to, because every week we or Kimberly edits the episode, or I do it. Like we try to switch it up every week, and it was supposed to be my turn to edit it. And I went to sleep early, and when I woke up the next day, this woman, she texted me and she was like, "Ay, ya lo hice." Como que, what? You did what? She created, I mean, she editó todo el episodio en cuestión de nada. You also created the
No, like that night
everything.
I was hyper. Like I edited, did the cover art, description.
Yes.
I was like, it was just for you to listen to it, give me the okay, and boom, upload that shit.
Bam. Literal, en menos de un día. Like, en
Yeah.
cuestión de horas, esta mujer hizo todo. So, girl,
Yeah.
snap clap to you, baby girl. Snap clap.
Thank you,
You're
thank
the
you.
best. You're the best. So this week, I did a full moon ritual in the first full moon of 2021, que estaba en Leo. I don't know if you in Miami, well, Homestead, my bad, Homestead. If you got to have a,
Well, Homestead is part of Miami-Dade County, so I'm still
oh, I'm
Miami.
sorry, ay,
So,
perdona,
okay, okay,
sorry.
okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
No,
Perdona,
pero yeah,
sorry.
Miami, it's his own fucking world. So, okay, yeah. Homestead.
Homestead.
En Homestead somos
Ay,
más
Dios.
civilizados. Okay. Ajá.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, segue. Que mucha gente, I'm in my hotel cuando I'm doing the check-in.
Ujú.
Mucha gente dice, no, que en Miami están al garete, que sí, con lo de COVID.
Es que,
Y yo como que por
nena,
dentro, oh shit, que es verdad. It's crazy.
sí. Sí, no, I follow a few pages on Instagram only in Jade, literally Miami. Y las cosas que ellos postean daily, yo me quedo con la boca abierta. Y yo, no hay pandemia. No hay pandemia.
Exactly.
Shit. Y no,
No,
gente loca, loca, loca. Yo
no,
no
y
me...
la cosa es que cuando, I mean, aquí en Puerto Rico, we're still receiving tourists, pero la gran mayoría son los mismos puertorriqueños o latinos que viven en Florida
Ujú.
o en otros estados que vienen a veces la familia.
Ajá.
Y pasa mucho que, ¿verdad? Los boricuas que están allá afuera, they come here like thinking everything's fine, everything is open, aquí somos más flexibles, que si la mascarilla es cuando le dan la gana, I'm like, no, you have to use
Y
your
que
face
ya
mask.
mandatorio, ya.
Ajá, y entonces ellos se van a janguear y they come back with their face mask. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, you're supposed to have one at all times. Y they don't give a
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just want to mention that. But anyway, back to the full moon.
Full moon.
I don't know if you got the chance to see it, Kimberly,
No.
pero at least in Puerto Rico,
Uh-huh.
it was the brightest full moon I've ever
Ooh,
seen recently. It was so beautiful. I think it lasted like 2 or 3 nights, but it was so, so, so bright.
nice.
Y nada, I took the chance. I did my full moon ritual, and I felt so much energized. So, guys, so when I do my full moon ritual, I do I have a workbook and they give us questions so we can reflect on it. And they are all based on the zodiac sign of the season. So, the full moon, even though we are in Aquarius season, the full moon was on Leo. Okay. So, one of the questions was, what does vulnerability o vulnerabilidad en español feels to you? And I wrote, vulnerability o vulnerabilidad, que no me sale en inglés, means opening up and recognizing my own flaws and insecurities, acknowledging that I am not perfect, I am only human, and we all share some kind of fear, anxiety, or insecurity. Sharing my story, talent with the world is my vulnerability. Bam.
Nice.
So I wrote that,
Queen.
and I was like, I think I want to share this with the podcast. So,
Oh,
hey, that's that.
girl. I've been slacking on my meditation and rituals.
Okay.
That's probably why I've been feeling in a way
Okay.
sluggish. So I
Mm-hmm.
need to get back to that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I completely understand you porque yo hay veces que se me hace no difícil, pero I'm the type of person that if I keep doing the same thing over and over and over, me desmotivo. Como que I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
otra vez tengo que hacer esto, I have to do this again. Y me pasa cada rato con la yoga and meditation. Y again, Yoga Girl, she has the
Yeah.
podcast. Ella tiene Conversations from the Heart y tiene uno que es
Mm-hmm.
más cortito. But every morning yo escucho los que son cortitos, que duran like 5 minutes. Y hubo un episodio que ella dijo, you know what, it's okay if you want to have like a yoga break, you take your yoga break or meditation break. You deserve a break from mindfulness too. O sea, porque no todos los días everything is going to be shiny and not everything's going to be happy
No, like in my
and
case, I
flowers.
feel like spiritually, I need
Mm-hmm.
to meditate at least once a week
Okay.
to like release everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been doing it. And the thing is, me acuesto con eso teniéndolo en mente.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm kind of like setting myself back. So I was like, no. So probably today, yeah, I'm gonna get down on my shit. And yeah, because I would always do the new moon and full moon meditations with moon
Meditation.
omens. Y
Sabrás que, de
I
hecho,
feel
yo
like,
hace par de
uh,
meses que yo no hacía el meditation de Moon Moments. Hace
mhm,
par de meses. Pero este mes, because I usually do something else, pero dije, ¿sabes qué? No, let me just do it differently. Déjame hacer este meditation de Moon Moments y hago las preguntas de Workbook y me
mhm,
gustó. Like, it's good to switch it up sometimes, so
yeah,
if you guys are feeling the same way that Kimmy is, that you're like, oh, I haven't been doing meditation or I haven't doing this practice that usually is good for me, don't feel bad. Like it's okay to take your time off. Whenever you feel good or whenever you feel like, you know what, let me just do this. At least 5 minutes, just do it. But don't feel bad if you're taking a break or if you're not doing the same thing that usually brings you to your center, to your clear state of mind. Like it's okay. Just take your time and do it at your own timing.
I think the
So,
main thing as
vamos.
well,
That's
because moon omens lo menciona cada rato, to find like your comfortable
yeah.
place in order to do your
Yes.
meditation. So I would always do it in this
Mm-hmm.
corner of my bed, pero con las piernas like crisscross in a way, sentada, like literally como meditation.
Okay.
Pero no puedo.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
como que se me hace awkward tener una pierna flat y la otra mira. And I'm
But
like,
have you tried doing it laying down in your bed?
yeah, but it feels awkward. Like
It
that
feels
that
awkward.
originally the original like sitting position that was my So I guess that's why I'm still like trying to figure out what will be the next comfortable way to do this.
There's so many ways that you can. Yo solamente medito sentada, like you said, like with
Mm-hmm.
my la pierna cruzada.
Mm-hmm.
Pero hay veces que, y si tengo espalda, especialmente on my low back, like it
Mm-hmm.
hurts, so I try to lay down. Yo lo que hago es que yo cojo mi pillow, Echo.
Aw. Yeah.
I have like a monster pillow in my bed, so I use him. Yo cojo my yoga mat, pongo el pillow on the yoga mat, me acuesto. If it's not too hot, I take my blanket como si fuera a dormir, pero obviamente with my crystals para sentirme que I'm holding something so I don't fall asleep. So I do that, and yeah, it helps me a little bit. So you can try something, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Like find things
Mm-hmm.
that when you're in your bed or whenever you do meditation, like gives you that comfort. Para que
Yeah.
te sientas más motivated. So if you guys listen to our last episode on the truth or drink, we had like a little poll on our Instagram page at 1014 Sesh podcast.
So ganó GIF por uno.
How much
We had
percent?
we had 5 votes for GIF and 4 votes for GIF.
Pero cuánto fue por ciento?
56.
Okay. So officially Latino count. Obrigado. GIF.
GIF.
We
GIF.
call it GIF. So yeah. So basically, if you guys heard the last episode, we had this little bit of a como un tipo de like brain question, like do we say GIF or GIF?
I say GIF. Jiffy GIF.
Well, clearly GIF is the way to go, honey.
By one. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I demand a recount. Recount.
Okay, Trump.
This is
Ay, mi
fake
madre.
news. Fake news. What are we going to be talking today, honey?
So today we're going to talk about expectations of us as a child and then versus adult reality. Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, we were like thinking, brainstorming for topic for the, future topics for the podcast. Y este topic, we've been like, putting him to the side for a while.
This one we've had it on the list, like things since the very beginning, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's time to bring it out to life.
Yeah. See, but I'm pretty sure all of you guys have experienced that when you're a kid, you have this expectation of who you're gonna be or where you're gonna be when you're an adult, when you're like 25 or 30 years old, and when you are hit that age, is like, yo, like what's going on?
Yep.
I didn't know how I planned my life was gonna be when I was a kid. So we basically were like, you know what, is a good topic because we can talk about all the things we envisioned when we were kids, like marriage, careers, etc. And where we stand right now as an adult.
Yeah. So the first bullet point that I have here, marriage. Like as a child, ya yo me visualizaba at the age of 25, like, the perfect marriage and everything, and ya tener todo propio by 28, 29. But reality.
What's the reality, girl?
Reality, still single as fuck. I haven't met the one. And I don't know, like I feel like right now relationship status is in a way complicated, but it's not really a priority right now.
I have a question for you, Kimberly. When you were a kid, how important was getting married to you? Like, how did that shape your childhood?
I feel like as a kid, because of my family members and everyone around me, it was like really pushed forward that no, like, as soon as you get into high school or get your career, like in place, that's the next thing, marriage.
Mhm. Mhm.
And no, from my father's side of the family, they were more strict. I remember the last
Really?
time I visited my grandmother from Guyana, she was like, "Oh, like if you're not married by 21, we can make an arrangement, like an arranged marriage for you."
What?
One of my aunts, she got married like that. And to be honest, she was one of the lucky ones that esa es la única que se quedó casada de toda la familia, para que tú veas.
Mira vaya. Wow.
And like she actually fell in love with him. So a ese extremo, so I was like, yo, what would have been my life if I would have went through with that?
Damn.
But I don't know. I feel
That's
like
so
eso
crazy.
tiempo de los huácaras. Viejo, so it's like, nah, I prefer to
No
fall
te
in
creas
love.
que todavía hay esos
I
casos,
know, like,
¿sabes?
yeah, in some religions they still do it.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I'm like, I prefer to find it my way, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah. So, what's your experience on
Wow.
marriage?
Oh my God. So, mira, to be honest, when I was a kid, yo siempre pensé that I was different to most women for some reason. Like, en mi, como tú dijiste, us in our culture, nuestra familia, somos latinos, puertorriqueños, y
Mm-hmm.
está tan inculcado en la tradición de que, ok, tú estudias, te gradúas, te casas, tienes hijos, o esto y lo otro,
Yeah.
bla, bla, bla. Y entonces it gives you so much pressure, como que coño, pues ya I should be looking forward to have a relationship with someone. Y o un trabajo que no me guste, pero como tengo tanto chavo, pues ok, I'm good, y después para la casa y lo
Mm-hmm.
otro. Y yo, gracias a Dios que yo nací, yo creo que that's the Aquarius rising in me, que I was like different to everybody, to my sister, to my parents, como que yo siempre me visualizaba de grande being independent,
Mm-hmm.
being single, like, sí, me hubiera gustado, like, I was thinking about having a boyfriend,
Yeah.
pero no tenía como prioridad casarme. That was at least my view. But, I did have a lot of issues porque, I mean, pressure by society, porque en la escuela, yo en San Francisco, tener novio era como que algo súper important in a way, como que, oh my God, como que cada persona pues tenía su parejita, aunque eran novios, childhood relationships,
Yeah.
esos son, bah.
Temporary.
Ajá.
Yeah.
Pero back in the day, if you had a boyfriend, it was like, oh my God, like, you have a boyfriend, like, esto y lo otro. Y yeah, I was feeling the pressure. Y yo, like, I think I've said this before, I wasn't the type of girl that had crushes back in when I was a kid. Obviamente, as I grew up, I was starting to, me gustaba que, or whatever, pero no era de que le tiraba al tipo, or I was hoping for him to fall in love with me. Like, I wasn't expecting anything really. But with my sister, I did feel a lot of pressure because my sister, she got married with her high school sweetheart, que es mi cuñado.
Mm.
Oh, Efraín. Oh. They've been together for, I mean, okay, they started dating when they were in ninth grade. No, in eighth grade, I think. O algo
No,
así.
ninth grade. Eighth grade es
Ninth
que
grade?
empezó la tiradera.
Ah, well, like Kimberly. Yo, Kimberly has the
I was
dirt.
present for all of this.
Yep, yep.
Yo me acuerdo nada más, Etendito, Mayra, don't kill me. Ella se hizo en el pelo like a unicorn thing on top of, like she put her hair all in
Okay,
un
okay.
moño bien alto right in the middle. That she looked like a freaking unicorn. Yo me acuerdo que hasta le saqué foto on my Nokia phone and that was the profile picture
Damn.
que
Oh,
ella cuando
shit.
me llamaba me salía. And everyone was like, ¿para qué carajo tú te hiciste ese peinado? Ella, nana. Y entonces conmigo y Tani, no, para llamar la atención a Efraín. And we're like, oh my God.
Damn.
Pero no, me acuerdo que
Shit.
esos dos siempre era un debate, una pelea. We're like, these two are gonna
Sí,
date. And, like,
sí.
and then the next year, bam.
Together at last.
Yeah.
O sea, como esta tipa de Friends, Rachel y Ross, que se odiaban
Yes.
y después se juntaron, como que, hello.
Exactly. Exactly like that.
Pues nada, basically, pues they were together for a lot of years, como like
Mm-hmm.
9 years de novios, and then they got married. Y entonces, during that time, pues, I met my boyfriend, at the time.
At the time.
Y como que back in my family, como que la norma era, tienes el novio, you will still live in your house with your parents until you got married. That was the rule. Y yo
Mm-hmm.
por dentro, I don't want to follow that rule. I want to live on my own. Like, I want to
Yeah.
do my own shit. Pero entonces, she got married, blah, 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 lived a happy life, this, y otro. And then I met my boyfriend, and we were like thinking, like, yo, we want to live together. Like, I would love to do that step with you. Pero obviamente mi familia eso era como que frown upon. Like, no, puedo hacer. Eso es una desgracia. Y I'm like, yo, it's just like, I'm gonna be here just living with my boyfriend, whatever. Anyway, punto fue que we got married, my boyfriend and I, and como que definitely my I really want to talk about this in more in depth in a different episode, pero para hacerlo resumido, my marriage was so simple comparado con la de mi hermana, que was a full on party, with
Yeah,
the big
Cinderella ball.
Cinderella
Literal.
style people, okay? Like my sister's wedding was amazing. That was super
Yes.
brutal. But I always envisioned like if I got married to have very simple wedding, with the dress,
Mm-hmm.
pero just with the close family and friends, nothing too fancy. And I did that, and I felt like okay, like it wasn't as glamorous as most weddings are, but at least I did it with my family being supportive at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The
definitely.
dress was gorgeous though.
Thank you, boo.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, that dress does not fit it. It does not fit at all.
Shit.
Shit. Someone has gone fat. Well, you
Damn.
know that saying that when you get married, you get fat? It's true.
Well,
It's true,
girl,
y'all.
I guess it works for bridesmaids too. Because that bridesmaid's dress does not fit.
By the
But
way, Kimberly, you and
yeah,
I éramos bridesmaids de mi
yeah.
hermana.
I
Yeah.
remember I intentionally lost weight for the wedding. Even though it wasn't
Wow.
my wedding, I wanted to fit on a bridesmaid's dress bonito.
Sí.
But I lost a crazy amount of weight. And yeah, you and me, we were the same size and everything.
Yeah. Y
See?
algo así.
And I remember que nos hicimos primero like las medidas de los trajes en David's Bridal
Yes.
y todo. In like we already had the dress set and everything. And then like 5 months later, it was then the actual wedding.
Right.
So I was like trying to stay fit, whatever. But yo sé que with my gap people, eso era tomadera every time. That was like my
Mm-hmm.
only my only failing thing because alcohol has calories, you know.
Yes, it does,
Y
hon.
cuando me medí el traje no me quería cerrar. Yo me
Mm.
empecé a atacar, a llorar. I'm like, oh my God, no puede ser. And I remember my mom and Chris, my brother, they
Mm-hmm.
both like me agarraron la espalda y ahí subió el zipper completo. Pero I had gained weight. And I was like, oh
Wow.
shit. And then after the wedding, forget it. Everything is
Mm-hmm.
history.
Everything is history.
Yeah.
Shit. No, pero de verdad que we should post a picture de us together con él, porque el traje era súper lindo. It was different though,
Yeah. And
porque
you're a wang.
yes,
Yes.
hello, era un strapless dress, very
Yes.
beautiful, like era beige, creo que era como beige.
Yeah.
Y entonces lo más lindo de ese traje es que la falda tenía como unos waves
Yeah.
bien bonitos, como sirena.
Mm-hmm.
Y obviamente ese traje en un gancho no dice nada, es como que, otro traje, pero se veía tan weird, I mean, no weird, pero como que diferente, que
Yeah.
no los apreciaba.
But once you put it
But,
on, like it shows that curves. Like,
girl,
yes.
like, bam! Watch out, world, Kimi and
I
Maria.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say rapidito, para cambiar al próximo expectation. Que cuando yo estaba en la boda, I was with my ex-husband, que era mi novio en aquel entonces, y me acuerdo que rapidito la gente, ay, ahora van ustedes, ahora faltan
Oh
ustedes
Lord.
para la boda, y yo por dentro, me cago en la madre, I don't want to get married, I mean, at the time.
At the time.
At the time, mhm. Pero, yeah, es como que you had these dreams or aspirations, like it's natural if you want to get married, it's natural if you want to be a mommy, eso, pero it's okay too if you don't want those things, ¿entiendes?
Mm-hmm.
Pero lamentablemente we have so much pressure by society, como que no, que cuando vas a tener hijos, cuando te vas a casar, o cuando vas
Mm-hmm.
a tener tu casa, or whatever, como que te fuerza, like it forces you to do things that are out of your um de tu nature, como que you do things que tú normalmente no harías, pero como estás
Mm-hmm.
forzado a hacerlo, you do them anyway. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Pero nada, I will hopefully I'll be in another episode. Voy a estar hablando de mi experiencia como
Boom, boom,
American
boom.
slash divorcee.
Yes.
So what's the next expectation, girl?
Next expectation I have as career as a kid. Don't make fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was gonna be a singer. I thought I was gonna be the next Spice Girls.
Really? La próxima Britney Spears.
Yes. And like I always had my karaoke because it was like a handheld karaoke back then, and it had
Mm-hmm.
the cassettes that you
Mm-hmm.
could record from the radio, whatever. So I was always singing, recording. So as a child, I was like, I'm gonna be a famous singer. Da, da, da. As I, started growing, I saw
Mm-hmm.
myself like as a journalist in a way.
Okay.
Pero después adulta, like, I don't know. I felt like career wise, like I'm still trying to find my place, like a
Mm-hmm.
balance. And it's hard because literally in I feel like any work industry, either you know someone or you're like highly qualified in order to get that job.
Mm-hmm.
Because así porque sí, no te va a pasar, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's like, just keep on trying. Like, you never know. So that's how career wise. But yeah, like mostly as an adult life, it's mostly been like retail my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and management, but that's about it.
Y
So I
tú
don't know.
también estudiaste educación, right? Y
Yes. But I've as a career, like yeah, that's what I studied, but as a career I haven't really fulfilled nothing in education. Like I've done my volunteer
mm-hmm.
hours, but work wise, nothing yet.
Okay.
So what about you, girl?
Well, career-wise, again, Aquarius rising. Yo nunca me vi trabajando como doctora o
Mm-hmm.
como, these traditional jobs. Yo nunca me veía trabajando así. Inclusive my mom, she's a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
Y, again, la gente diciendo, vas a ser doctora también, vas a ser dentista. Y le preguntaban a mi mamá que si, if she was gonna, ¿cómo se dice? Como que darnos su oficina when we grow up to have our own business de dentista. Y yo like, fuck no, I don't want to be a dentist. I don't want to be cleaning people's dirty mouth. Hell no.
Nah. Yeah.
Pero ya, yo creo que eso a la misma, in a weird way, como que me fue creando en la mente, okay, no, I'm not gonna be a dentist. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be like my mom. I mean, not like I don't want to be like my mom, but I want to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Y igual en la escuela, como que y más en San Francisco, como que nos inculcaban a estudiar más que si ingeniería o, ¿sabes? Profesiones que sean like very smarty,
Mm-hmm.
que you have to be a brain to do those things. Y I mean, I'm not saying that I'm dumb, like obviously I'm a smart person, pero when you put me some math equations, I go crazy. Like I can't. It's too much for me. I don't do math. Y esas cosas como que I was realizing I can do this for a living. Like yo no puedo hacer una química o una like this. I can't because I just nada más de ver los números me da ansiedad. Imagínate trabajando en eso. Like fuck
It's
that.
great. For me, it was the opposite. I'm like really good at it, pero no me
Mm-hmm.
apasiona. And that's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, like if you're good at something, you should keep doing it. But in reality, no.
No,
Like,
porque if it's, I mean, yo pienso sí tiene que ver. If you're good at it, then yeah, you should pursue something towards it. Pero if you don't love it, si no es tu
mm-hmm,
pasión, ¿de qué vale?
I know.
Porque inclusive, I was gonna say que when I was a child, I wanted to be un astronauta. I
Oh.
was so in love with space, the universe, NASA, all those things. Pero al yo darme cuenta, like, you need to be a brain to be to work in NASA. Pero yo
Mm-hmm.
dije, I can't, porque yo sé que yo soy pésima en la matemática, then I can't do that. Even though I loved it, me interesaba, pero I'm not gonna, dedicate something that I'm not good at. Y long story short, ahora estoy again in love with astrology. Como que, okay.
Yeah. No,
Eh,
ahora dijiste eso de astronauta. I know I had a stage que,
Ajá,
because I would always look at the sky and
ya.
I'm like, yo, I want to go to space. But like, I don't know, more like as in visiting, not just like becoming an astronaut and for that to be my job, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe in the future, who knows? We'll get shuttles to go to space.
By the way, ya escuché que no sé si ya empezó o está en proceso, que hay tres multi-billionaires, que I don't know their names, que they're paying and they're getting trained to actually go in space as tourists, okay? So
Wow.
that's a thing. It's happening.
Well, I need these
Space tourism
names.
is going on.
I need these names. Maybe they could be my sugar daddy and take me with them.
Girl,
Ay, Dios mío.
that'll be the day.
And I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm inviting my friends too. We're
Sí.
all going in the show.
Fíjate, my career is basically tourism, hotelería. But I chose this career precisely because it was an unconventional job, because I was definitely unconventional. Y a mí me gusta ser servicial, me gusta
Mm-hmm.
be kind to people, help them. Y in a way, it's also cancerian in me. Pero ya, como que son cosas que me gustan y I'm good at it. Like, I'm good at talking with people, make them laugh, or just being friendly. If I can get paid and I get my benefits from it, and hell yeah.
Yes.
Y yeah, like I think I also spoke about this in a different episode, pero ya con Elizabeth que the good thing about working in the tourism industry es que tú puedes seguir escalando,
Yeah.
because the best thing is your job experience. Mientras más experiencia
Mm-hmm.
tengas, más probability you have to keep growing in the industry.
Yeah.
O tú puedes brincar de un departamento a otro. It's a learning kind of exploring
Yeah.
industry, and it's also something like you, Kimberly, que I'm also going through. Like I want to expand myself, see what else can I do.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm like I would love to change careers because I had my fun. I mean, I've done my thing in the hotel industry, pero quiero también do something else. So yeah, yo creo que at least for me, career wise, like I knew that I wasn't gonna be this great, you know, uh, this huge career. I've been more like going with the flow kind of person. If it's for me,
Same.
if it's for me this management position, then I'll try it. Like I'm
Yeah.
up for trying. Pero si yo veo que no me gusta, then okay, I step back. Like I have no issues in going back.
That's the other thing.
Mhm.
As a child, or at least when I was younger,
Mhm.
porque esa costumbre, si empieza algo, te tiene que quedar ahí. A ver si
Oh
se abren más
yeah.
oportunidades or
Yeah.
whatever. And I feel like you get stuck within yourself, but then at the end of the day, you're not really happy. So that's
Yeah.
when like this anger comes out of nowhere. You start snapping all of a sudden.
Mhm.
Could be to your own family members or a los mismos clientes, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? ¿Por qué reaccioné de esa manera?
Yeah.
And I feel like now I finally took the courage, como que esto no es para mí. I
Mhm.
decided to let it go. And like mentally, I really needed it. I feel like most importantly, your health always has to come first
Yep.
before anything else because you could easily be replaced. And that's the
Mhm.
first thing you always need to take in consideration. Always put yourself first, your health, your family, everything else comes second.
And also your peace, la paz mental.
Así mismo.
Like yo prefiero trabajar literal like a housekeeper or front desk agent,
Mm-hmm.
being at peace de que, ok, tengo mi steady schedule, tengo mi paga segura, mis beneficios, hasta en un trabajo que me estén exigiendo tantas cosas o they're treating me like shit
Yeah.
o, you name it. Like,
Because I think Para nosotras dos específicamente,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know you, but at least me, but you and me, we're kind of always on the same page. We
Yeah, of
always
course.
trying to like see or understand the person, like see the best of themselves in
Mm-hmm.
a way. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like it might be like this now, but eventually it will get better. But it doesn't get better.
Yes.
So it's,
Yes.
yeah, that's where you're like, you get trapped y ahí que empieza como que piling up hasta que uno explota. Like,
Lo que a mí me estaba pasando en mi trabajo, porque a mí me dicen, no, María, que tú tienes mucho talento, que you're talented, que si tú vas a seguir creciendo, yo, ok, ok. Y yo, pues, ok, pues, and let me stay, a ver si sucede. Pero pasan los años y you don't see anything. Y es como que, then why am I
and it's
here if
not,
not?
yeah, and it's not even that. A mí, por lo menos en mi situación,
Mm-hmm,
as years kept passing by, like, okay, yeah, something might not have opened during that time, but I felt unappreciated. And I
mm-hmm,
think for every leader, boss out there, always, 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 you have to get to know your employees,
mm-hmm,
like even on a personal level, because sí, ¿qué sabe? Ajá, ellos no saben que uno hace este podcast, or we could edit pictures or stuff like that. Cosa que a lo mejor for their advantage, they could even use us for that and they don't even
mm-hmm,
know. So
mm-hmm.
I always say to bosses or leaders, get to know your employees well, because you never know when other opportunities could come and you could offer that position to them.
Yeah,
Also, always, always, always make your employees feel appreciated. Porque cuando uno se siente
mm-hmm,
apreciado, you're willing to do so much more for the company
yeah,
que al uno seguir esperando, like we don't ever get that thanks or that, encouragement, como que you're doing a good
mm-hmm.
job, mira, se te va el ánimo, like a mil, like what am
That's
I
so
doing?
true.
Why am I here? So yeah.
That's so true. No, y también iba a decir que los leaders, como tú dijiste, los leads managers, yo antes, yo misma me limitaba tanto de que yo no puedo ser gerente, yo no puedo ser lead, porque yo veía ser un gerente como ser this strict person o ser esta
Mm-hmm.
persona que regaña o que da warnings, they ask so much of the employees. That was my vision o lo que yo pensaba que lo que tiene que hacer un gerente.
Mm-hmm.
Pero cuando, I gave myself the chance to try it, to be a lead, me di cuenta que es al revés. Like, you have, tus empleados, they're going to give you so much respect, so much trust. Si tú confías en ellos, if you show them,
Mm-hmm.
mira, ¿sabes qué? I trust you. Go ahead, run the show. Y no es tampoco de que dejar que hagan lo que les dé la gana. Pero it's so important to give empowerment to your employees porque, para que ellos se sientan they're doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Cuando ellos tomen una decisión in any scenario, it's so important that you back them up. O
Yeah.
at least al frente del cliente, ok, como que go ahead, I support you. Y cuando se vaya el cliente o el guest, entonces, mira, yo creo que for next time, this is how you should manage it. This is how you could have done
Exactly.
better. Porque a mí me pasa tanto, Kimberly, en mi trabajo, que you say this, tú le dices que no al cliente, whatever, y
Mm-hmm.
entonces dice que no, que no, que no, que no, viene el gerente, le dice que sí, y es como que,
I
coño, ¿y dónde
know.
está el backup then why am I, getting stressed so much if it doesn't matter what I say or do, you know?
It is crazy. Eso que dijiste, like it also depends on the company because I feel like every company has their different policies. And I don't know if it happened to you when
Mm-hmm.
you changed to one hotel to another, certain policies were different. Because it happened to me at
Yeah.
least changing from Gap to Van Heusen. Because in Gap, they were really
Mm-hmm.
strict when it came to returns. If they were washed or past a certain amount of time, we would not allow it. Well, in Van Heusen, the
Mm-hmm.
customer's always right. Y podíamos coger lo que sea. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this clearly has been worn, has been washed, el botón roto, and I'm supposed to allow this return? Hell no. Y bueno, si yo estaba sola, yo era gerente, mira, papá, I'm sorry, te quedaste con él. Pero si estaba mi jefa superior, olvídate, ella siempre decía que sí a todo el mundo. And that would like, piss me off so much because
Yeah.
you're giving that liberty for the customer to do whatever the fuck they want and for them to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's in a way like
Yeah.
stealing money from the company. But they don't see it like that because the customer's always right. I'm like,
Yeah.
bullshit.
I mean, yeah, I completely feel you, pero sabes que yo aprendí, sabes que if the customer's always right, then okay, fuck you, te vas a joder tú, no yo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do my job. ¿Tú quieres que diga que sí? Okay, mira, sí, go ahead, do that, do this, ajá. Y cuando venga el guest a joder de verdad, ahí te jodiste tú.
Exacto.
Porque I'm just following the rules as you
Yeah.
put them, right? Pero yeah, like I think it's so important que you know, to feel empowered, to feel trusted, que tus gerentes te conozcan,
Mm-hmm.
que saquen de su tiempo para hablar contigo, si mira, estás bien, how are you feeling, que te noto que estás un poquito raro, whatever, like, it's so important, that human connection, it's so important in a management position. So, yeah, I think, yo creo que eso fue algo que también yo aprendí en industria de hotelería.
Yeah.
Y yo creo ahora, like, I think if I had the chance to actually be like a manager, because right now I'm just a lead, but if I have a chance to be a manager, I think I will be definitely pro employee. Like, I hate so much cuando los clientes salen, no, que si yo soy VIP o yo soy esto. I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, I
Congratulations.
appreciate your loyalty,
You want a
but
cookie?
lamentablemente esta es la que hay.
Say,
Mhm.
shit. But no, as a manager, también, because me ha pasado, you have to be careful.
Mhm.
And it's because it's hard. Like, yeah, getting to know your employees and everything, but also remaining that professional, like,
Yes.
physique in a
Mhm.
way, because then the employee's like, este un charlatán, con este puedo hacer lo que quiera, and then they think like tú eres tu pana and they could get away with certain things. No, 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 no. You
Yeah.
still have to show up in time.
Mhm.
You still have to do your shit, you know, like in a correct way. I got your back, but don't take advantage. So hay que poner ese
Exacto.
fronte de que, mira, like I got your back, I know you and
Sí.
everything, pero do the things correctly, you know? So
Ujú.
it could go
Claro, es
either
un
way.
balance, no es que
Exacto.
vamos a hacer pana, porque we both know que hay muchos gerentes que salen con
Mm-hmm.
los empleados, que janguean y eso, y cuando es
Mm-hmm.
la verdad de dar el warning o like just discipline your employee, ahí es cuando los roces empiezan, because you don't know how to
Exactamente.
separate work
Mm-hmm.
versus personal life. Nothing
Exactly.
against, because I mean, if you want to hang out with your employees, go ahead. Pero ten en mente que they're gonna, most likely
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna fire back at you. But yeah, definitely, that's very important to have in mind.
Damn.
What's the next expectation? Que vamos a seguir por ahí
I
hablando del
know.
trabajo.
The next expectation was children. Children in general,
Ooh.
pregnancy. So as a kid, yo dije, ya a los 28 años, I was gonna have twin
Mm.
girls. Mírame a mí.
Twin girls, ya
Twin
estaban, ya
girls.
set,
Exacto,
chosen
estaba
and
set,
everything.
chosen and everything. Yo as a girl, yo dije, okay, it's gonna be twin girls. Their names are gonna be Annabeth Rose and Serafina Luna. Bien, sí,
Serafina Luna.
sí, bien, bien
Oh.
fina. And, o sea, a un nivel exagerado. Entonces, I remember in San Francisco que nos daban los bebés in biology for you to
Yes,
take
yes.
home. I
Yeah.
remember I got a boy and I was like, oh my God, I got a boy. I wanted a girl. But then, and I got the boy. I like the name Owen. So if I ever
Okay.
have one, it might be Owen. I'm not sure. But now, obviously, ya voy a cumplir los 30 casi. So 0
Mhm.
kids for now.
For
But in
now.
the future, I would still want the 2 kids, not necessarily twins, pero you know,
Yeah.
about those names, I don't know. It might change.
I have a question for you.
Dime.
Again, I think that us women, we have this. I mean, we do. We have a biological clock que es como que it's running against us because we need to get pregnant before
You know what?
40s.
Eso a mí no me tiene tan de eso because my mom had me when she was 35 and then
Okay.
my brother at 38. Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
al verla a ella, I was like, I could wait. So,
Yeah.
or like whenever si es que me da la oportunidad, pues bienvenido sea. But I'm not like in no rush, And if it does come up to that time and I still, I'm not pregnant, I've heard other methods about like freezing your eggs and such
Yeah.
thing. Maybe. Or si es que no queda preñada, mira, there's always this option. So like
But do you
there's
still
other
want to have a
options.
kid, or estás en paz que mira, if it's not for me, then it's not for me? Do you still want to have kids in the future?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yes, yes. But it's crazy because back in the day, I would want girls. I feel like
Yeah.
now I would want boys. I wouldn't want a girl.
And why
just
is that?
just thinking of them going through their like periods and if
Oh,
the whole,
the drama.
exactly. I'm like, I know, prefiero tener un niño, I'll raise him up to be the best gentleman.
That,
And
yeah.
pero like I don't know. I feel like having a girl might be stressful.
Yeah. Voz de la
Uh,
experiencia.
yeah. So what about
¿Viste?
you?
Wait, I think just like you, I'm still no baby. Igual yo me veía, I had this expectation que para los 30, starting my 30s, I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
start planning, having my family. Mind you, I thought I was gonna be, I mean, I got married when I was 25, and I thought I was gonna be married forever, and nope.
Mm-hmm.
So, descartado. Eh, so yeah, I'm back at that mindset que, bueno, estoy soltera. There's no, I mean, hasta el momento no hay ningún tipo de guy que I'm interested, like maybe to have some, like a baby or anything like that. I still would love to have a baby, I'm not gonna lie. Pero ahora mismito, I'm 28 and I am trying to do an investment. Like I'm starting ahora that I'm divorced, I'm single, I'm like trying to have my single life, like
Yeah.
vivir out of my parents' house, get my things done by myself. I want to enjoy that. I want to have that
Mm-hmm.
freedom, como que mira, I live on my own, tengo mi casa, tengo mi carro, whatever. Y hopefully, after my 30s, you know, I would love to have kids. But I think I've also come into terms with myself that if I am not a mother, then I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, my sister, she's a mom. I know how hard it is to raise a child and how much money you're gonna be like,
Oh yeah.
girl. Y soy yo sola, and I'm still figuring out how am I gonna pay for my shit on my own. Imagínate para un bebé, como que shit.
I
Obviously, it's
know.
different because my sister's married. Y Efrain, he has his job, y whatever. Igual mi hermana, so they have a secure income. But still, like, what if I don't meet the right guy? What if I mean, es que vaya a estar jamona for the rest of my life. Pero, what if I don't settle down? Like, if I have that chance to either adopt a baby o hacer algún tipo de inseminación artificial or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how am I gonna raise a child on my own? Like, I don't know, como que so many factors
I
that.
feel like yo era igual que tú. Fue hasta que when I was in Miami-Dade College, one of my English professors, Professor
Mhm.
Goodwin, shout out,
Good.
she inspired me because she's still a single woman. I believe she was like in her late 40s, and she actually gave us the news, Dito, when she finally adopted her baby girl from Guatemala, and
Aw.
seeing her so happy, how she always wanted a kid, and she's doing it on her own. So like I was like, you know what? If you really want something, there's always options.
Yeah,
And like no matter what you go through, like you could always accomplish anything. So
yeah,
that for me, like it gave me hope because I still haven't met anyone. So I'm like, you know what? Y si no se me da, like I still have that option,
yeah,
whatever. Like you make
yeah.
the best of it. So yeah.
En mi caso, yo pensé lo mismo. Yo creo que sí, if I don't get pregnant the natural way, I will definitely consider adopting.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, I mean, tengo la bendición que mi hermana tuvo un bebé. My
Yeah.
nephew he's like 2 years old. So yo me estoy viviendo ese, o at least practicando, as an aunt, how would it feel like to be a mom?
Yeah.
Because in a way, yo también estoy ayudando a mi hermana a criarlo, like cuando voy a su casa, I play with him, I clean his dirty pampers, give him food. So in a way, estoy experimentando at least some part of motherhood with my sobrino.
Okay.
In a way, I'm not missing it, como que estoy viviendo eso a través de mi hermana. Obviamente, me encantaría tener esa experiencia de quedar embarazada, have that belly, la
Yeah.
ropita, baby shower. Like, I would love to go through that process. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. Painful, not easy, pero it's a miracle of life. Like, I would love to get to experience that in once in my life.
My
Pero si no se me da,
mom,
it's
yeah,
okay.
exactly. No, my mom has
Mhm,
a picture when she was pregnant of me back in
mhm,
Jersey. It was this beautiful blossom tree, and she had like this polka dot shirt, y la barriga así, and I was like,
ajá.
that's so beautiful. And like, I don't know, I always envisioned myself like doing the exact same photo and like
Yeah,
comparing it. So
yeah.
yeah, like having that feeling, like the belly and everything, it would be a
Mhm.
beautiful experience. Yes.
Yeah. Yo creo que en mi caso, de my sister's baby shower, fue como que ese spark que me faltaba, como que, yo, she looks so beautiful with her
Yeah.
dress, la barriguita. She literally, like, yo me le quedé that day staring at my sister almost the whole day. Y
Oh.
todo el momento she was smiling, like all the time. I'm like, oh my God, like I wanna experience that. Like I love seeing her happy. Y ella, I mean, she's eager for me to have a baby too, because she wants to be, she's an aunt
Bueno, ella lo dice cada
already.
rato en el corillo, que cada una de nosotras, bueno, cuando vamos a tener sobrinitos, para que Mateo
Yeah,
tenga, tenga
pa.
para jugar.
Gosh.
Ay, I'm
No,
like,
pero
Leah.
yeah, like, hay cosas en la vida que uno quisiera, ¿verdad? Experimentar, pero, I mean, we also have to know that life is very unexpected. Y
Ujú.
como dice el saying, que Dios obra por caminos misteriosos.
Exactamente.
So, ¿verdad? Uno espera que tener estas experiencias y whatnot, pero if it's not for you, then it's okay. Maybe it was for a higher purpose
Ujú.
in life. Que, I mean, if you're listening y if you're trying to get pregnant or you're trying to adopt, if that's your dream, then, don't lose faith. You
Ujú.
always remember that there's a higher purpose for everything in life. So, yes.
So the next expectation is about housing.
Mhm.
As a child, yo tenía ya la meta que a los 21 años,
Ya no,
21,
loca, 21.
yes, because yo dije, ya,
Shit.
ya 21 y yo soy adulta, I'm the shit. I'm gonna have my
I'm a
own
grown
place.
woman.
Exactly. I'm on my own place. Girl, I was so young and foolish. No, like maybe in Puerto Rico, maybe I could have
What?
done it. Like, no, having my own place and shit. Pero aquí en Miami, mi gente, the cost of housing is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Pa un cuartito con un baño, 1,500. Están.
La renta.
Exacto, la renta.
Damn.
I'm like, hell no. Y eso no es más barato. And I'm like, no, like you te obligan a tener un roommate or, someone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, bitch, I want to live on my own. Like, what the fuck? So
Girl.
se ha hecho bien difícil. So I was like, not until I have that career que me pague súper bien, no se me va a dar. Or maybe I find my significant other.
Oh, sugar
Hopefully,
daddy.
yeah, or sugar daddy. Y me mude. Pero yeah, as a child, yo ya dije a los 21. Entonces, no, la cosa es, and I know I shouldn't do this, but I keep like following my mom's like timeline in a way.
Okay. Yeah.
She had like her own apartment a los 25
Okay.
in Cecilia Place en Isla Verde.
Mhm.
An independent woman. So yo me había dicho, y como que diablo, si no hago 21, pues 25. Like, I have to have my own place by 25. Pero
Mhm.
we digo que en Miami, that happened. So me sentí like in a way, like, not like a failure, pero I don't know how to explain it. Es como que
I get you.
it's a weird feeling. You're like, oh, like I really thought I'd be like in this step, but it's not really happening for me right
Yeah.
now. I even considered like maybe in the future, I don't know, if moving to another state, que sea más económico, or even going back
Right.
to Puerto Rico. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Girl, be my roommate, yes.
Yo, chacho, party todo el día.
¿Qué? Eso todos los vecinos van a estar, cállate en la boca,
Estamos
puñeta.
locas.
Dejen de reírse. Y no dejan
Chacho,
dormir.
las pagritas de un uf.
That'll be something. That'll be
But
something.
we don't know. We will see what the future has in hold for us.
Holds.
But what's your
No,
point?
definitely, I completely understand what you're saying. Porque al igual que tú, I'm still living with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yo tuve la bendición, ¿verdad? Que me casé y tuve viviendo 2 years with my husband at the time. Even though things did not turn out the way I was expecting,
Mm-hmm.
yo nunca me arrepiento de haber hecho esa movida de mudarme en un apartamento, because that was my dream. Like, I wanted to have that life, that independent life.
Mm-hmm.
Y yo, gracias a eso, como que yo like, I saw myself, girl, you can do this. Like, you know your finances, tú haces la compra, limpias la casa, you know your
Yeah.
shit, like, you can do it, actually,
Yeah.
on your own. Entiendo lo que tú dices, que cuando tu mamá se mudó a los 25 a un apartamento en Isla Verde, girl, I completely understand, porque ese era mi sueño. When I was single, yo le decía a mi
Mm-hmm.
papá, papi, yo cuando yo me gradúe, I'm gonna buy mi apartamento en Isla Verde, yo le decía,
Yeah.
frente a
Like
la
that was the
playa.
place. Yeah, exactly.
Ya. Y él, no, tú no vas para ningún lado. Yo, sí, me voy a mudar yo sola.
I feel like we have to take in consideration también like back in the day things were so much cheaper than
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have that pressure también como que we should do things on our own, pero las cosas price wise is not the same as it used to be.
We have to be real. It's so
Yeah.
difficult to be a homeowner or si tú quieres
Mm-hmm.
alquilar by yourself. It's so hard. And that's actually something that I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to buy my first home.
Yeah.
Para eso mismo, vivir on my own. Y it hasn't been easy to, like, okay, ¿cómo yo puedo matchar mi gasto versus what I'm earning y a la misma vez pagar mi casa? Porque the whole idea no es comprar la casa para después estar en
Yeah.
debt o no poder salir,
Mm-hmm.
no poder ahorrar, that's not the purpose. Por eso me quedé en casa de mi papá, que no pagó renta y estoy cómoda.
Yeah.
Que in a way, mucha gente, y más los que son ya cuarentones, cincuentones, they say, ellos cuando, por ejemplo, un guest que me dice, ¿tú vives con tu papá? ¿O vives sola? No, vives con mi papá. Me dicen, the best thing you're doing. Quédate ahí. No te
No,
mudes.
I remember my first class ever in
Ajá.
college. Mi profesor de speech, profesor Malone, él lo primero que nos dijo, o sea, pasó asistencia, and the first thing he says, I'm gonna give one advice to all of you, bien serio. And we're like, what the fuck is happening?
What's
And
gonna
he's like,
happen?
live with your parents as long as you can. Y
Shit.
lo dijo repetitivamente, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? But it's so
Like,
true.
yeah.
So
I
true.
mean, yo creo que esto es un fenómeno de us millennials.
Yeah.
Literal, there's so many people our age, casi en los 30, que viven con sus papás y no es porque quieren, es que es difícil
Yeah.
vivir on your own y para encontrar un roommate, una persona responsable, porque una cosa es, sí,
Exacto.
vente para casa para
Y
que
después
vives
una persona
conmigo.
bien puerca o no te pagan their share, te enrolla tú. No.
Claro, claro.
Ch-
Y I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking to find a roommate, pero a la misma vez yo digo, pero girl, the whole purpose to doing this es para que tú vivas sola. No es para que
Ujú.
vivas con un extraño o con una
Exactamente.
amiga, no, porque no vas a tener privacidad.
Exactamente.
Regardless of the friendship, no va a ser lo mismo. Yo dije, pues no, fuck it, like, let me just find a place que se acomode a mi budget. Y entonces ¿sabes? Me atrevo a hacer la compra. Pero it's so true. Y igual me pasa cada rato I mean, yo no me quejo de mis papás. Like,
Ujú.
I'm fortunate que I have a good relationship with my parents y ellos no me joden de ahora, porque antes era como que strict. eran bien, bien estrictos, pero ahora I have freedom to go out if I want to. Gracias a Dios, obviamente yo aporto
Yeah.
dinero a la casa, pero I don't have to pay rent, no tengo que hacer compra. Es como que I have so many benefits right now. Y yo me dije, ¿sabes qué? I'm gonna do a step back. Like, I'm gonna stay with my parents for a while. Pero es por un propósito, because I'm saving money.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
lowering my debts para entonces comprar casa, which is what I'm trying to do now. So yeah, like I mean, yo digo que it's not a shame if you find yourself living still with your parents or con tus abuelos or algún
Mm-hmm.
familiar. Like it's okay, like we understand que las cosas no están fáciles y también hay muchas casas que al either alquilar o comprar para el precio es como que what the fuck, like esto es una
Mm-hmm.
mierda. Esto no vale
Literal.
lo que tú estás
Como
pidiendo.
los Airbnb en Puerto Rico, ¿verdad?
¡Loca! Mira, eso está
Yo vi eso
cabrón.
and I was like, whoa. Eso es
Yo,
exageración.
yo. Mira, hay apartamentos que ni siquiera son beachfront, que te cobran un cojón de chavo.
Más que
Y
un
es como
hotel.
que, ¿ah?
Más que un hotel.
Ajá, es como que, what the fuck. Y es la verdad, y mucho es lo que la gente hace. Ahora están comprando apartamentos o casas y los revenden o los alquilan
Mm-hmm.
para Airbnb, que es un business. La gente tiene que inventársela y no se les
Yep.
culpa, ¿verdad? So yeah, definitely, igual que Kimberly, yo tenía en mente, cuando me gradúe, yo te decía, cuando yo me gradúe de la universidad, de bachillerato, I'm gonna live on my own. Y es como que, nope, nope, nope.
The universe is like,
Pero,
girl.
girl, slow down. Like, you ain't going nowhere. Stay with your parents.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Última expectation. Well, not really an
Okay.
expectation. It's more like anecdote, maybe. Yeah. No wait.
Yeah.
Like your relationship with your parents. How was it back as a child and how is it now, Maria?
I have to say that thankfully now it's way, way better than how it used to be. Yo cuando era pequeña, I was so shy. I mean, yo con mi familia nunca fui shy, pero sí era bien calladita. Like, I will always stay in my room, doing my thing. Casi nunca salía a hablar con ellos, like,
Mm-hmm.
casi. Pero, like I've said, my parents were so strict y se me hacía difícil como que hablar con ellos de mis sueños o de mis aspiraciones, que yo quería hacer el Disney College Program y mi papá was like, fuck no, you're not going nowhere, like, what the fuck. Y entonces yo por dentro, I was like, how dare he say no to this opportunity for me? Like, I want to grow. This is something good for me. Like, that was how I was seeing it back in the day. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
won't he approve it? Why won't he apoyarme? But obviamente things happened. I got married, so in a way, it was good that I didn't go. I will say que al raíz de mi matrimonio, things got way better with my parents. I
Okay.
think they thought I wasn't able to do things on my own. Maybe that's why they were so strict with me. Y cuando yo me casé, inclusive mi hermana también, mi hermana pensaba que I was not gonna last too much with my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Obviamente I didn't, pero not for the reasons,
Exacto.
for different reasons.
Yeah.
Hello, disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
Pero cuando yo me casé, I was like pumped. Like I was yo digo que yo fui la ama de casa del año. Like I will do so many things. I will cook, I will clean, I will do this and that. Y yo les demostré, mira, I can do this. Like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
woman now. Y when I got divorced and they accepted me back to their home. Ahí fue que yo poco a poco me fui abriendo con ellos. Like I told
Mm-hmm.
them my experience, like why I was feeling this way with my ex husband, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Y ya, like gracias a esa experiencia traumática para mí, eh, me ayudó a ser más abierta con ellos y ellos también conmigo. Y ahora, gracias a Dios, estamos como panas, like we're friends. Y
Yeah.
a veces vamos, ahora no por el COVID, pero antes del COVID, we would like go out to have drinks y todo. Y ver películas y
Mm-hmm.
vacilar, like
Yeah.
friends. Y definitely, when you're a kid, I think you see your parents like, ay, mira esto, vienen a joder. Ay, que
Ajá,
mami
literal.
viene esto,
¿Para
ay,
qué viene
que...
esta?
Ajá. Pero cuando tú eres adulto, te das cuenta, Oh, so that's why they were like this with me. Oh, ay, por eso fue
Ajá,
que me estaban regañando, porque yo fui un cabrón, una hija de puta, o algo así.
literal.
Como que, that I adulto, that's how my point of view, que tú you step in your parents' shoes, como que you understand so much, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like, you were in a bitch because of this, like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So what's your experience, Kimberly?
I feel like as a child, I really had no relationship at all with my parents. Neither
Okay.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents are divorced. They've been well, they separated when I was around 4, but officially got divorced when I was 6. And my dad right now he's in Pennsylvania. Well, yeah, I still here living my mom in Miami with my brother. But with my mom back then, she worked at the airport with American Airlines, and she would always have different shifts or long ass shifts. Like I never really spent much time with her at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like I would always do my own homework and everything. So I really never had that connection with her. Y a veces molestaba, like cuando me venía a regañar por estupideces o cosas así. Says like,
Mm-hmm.
really? Like you really don't know me at all and you're giving me shit right now. So era siempre
Mm-hmm.
like una batalla. But I didn't realize back then all the sacrifices she was doing as a single mother, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I gave her so much admiration y todo lo que hizo por nosotros. Like she really gave up her entire life for me and my brother. So
Mm-hmm.
eso, lo aprendí ahora,
Yeah.
adulta. Pero con mi pai, pues ya tú sabes, like, I don't know, like we barely talk. He did certain things that we actually completely stopped talking.
Mm.
But I could finally say now, as an adult, me and my mom were like besties.
Yeah.
We do everything together. We talk about everything. Like, we actually built that relationship. Entonces, when my dad finally, I feel like I've been able to open up more with him. So we talk like every other day now. Cuando
Yeah.
antes, it would maybe be like once a month. Y cuidado.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of things had changed. But I feel like in general, parents always, try to do the best for you, and we never
Mm-hmm.
realize it. No,
Yeah.
like, I even had a funny story. Una vez que fuimos para Macao, Puerto Rico, Palmas del Mar, and my mom, because my mom had like a strict schedule for us to go to sleep and shit. And
Damn.
she was like, you guys need to go to sleep by 9 p.m. Da, da, da. Y yo me acuerdo, like, yo me tiré una perreta ahí con ella. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
why? And then I was like screaming at her, and I was like, I cannot wait to be an adult. And she was like, be careful what you wish for, honey. And I was like, what do you
Boy, was
mean?
she right?
And I'm like, now, like, boy, that was the life back then.
Loca, sí. Uno
Yep.
de pequeño. ¿A ti no te pasa a veces que you start like thinking back at your childhood? Que uno como que, oh my God, I can't wait to be an adult. Like, I can't wait to get
Mm-hmm.
out of this house, leave on my
Yep.
own, blah. Y entonces llegas a ser adulto y como que, diablo, I
You're
want to
like,
be a kid
whoop.
again. I
Yep.
want to be in my
Literally.
bed, watch TV o jugar en la computadora, whatever. No, God. Like, you take so many things for granted that you have no
Mm-hmm.
idea. Like, when I was
Literal.
a kid, igual in San Francisco, in la escuela, I will be like so pissed. Like, ay, Dios mío, like, I don't want to keep doing homework. I don't want to do this project. Like, I don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
anything. Y entonces, y no te das cuenta, like, tú estás viviendo you're going through an experience that you're going to be missing in the future. So enjoy it.
Literal. And
It's,
no, one of the things, like, comparing to my mom y eso, y ahora, like bills in general.
yo.
Like, I feel like we're trapped around bills, but then because of that, you actually learn the value of everything, including what your parents sacrifice for you on a daily basis. So it makes you even to appreciate more, like about,
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities and priorities in general. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like you're freely you're freely as an adult to do things, but not necessarily you can have fun all the time.
Exactly, como que uno de niño, you could do whatever you wanted without, I mean, sí uno tenía repercusiones y eso, pero ahora de
Mm-hmm.
adulto es como que más, it's real, like, if you do something
Yeah.
wrong, you're gonna get fucked up. Entiende? Like
Yep.
you literally like yeah. If you do something illegal, you go busted to the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Responsibility is also an important thing in adulthood. Like ahora tú no
Mhm.
puedes vivir solo y not pay your bills o no hacer, qué sé yo, no go to work, because if you don't go to work, te vas a joder, no vas a tener trabajo. There's so many things
Mhm.
que you could get a, like a jail, ¿cómo es? La tarjeta esa de Monopolio. Get out of jail free
Jail free
card.
card. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You don't get that in adulthood, y'all. Like, you have to
That
be
only works on
responsible.
Monopoly, y'all. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Sad reality. No,
Sí.
yo lo que pienso que, I mean, cuando tenemos esas oportunidades de reflexionar, like have a deep reflection, que tú miras tu vida overall, like what have I done, or all
Mhm.
the things I've accomplished, o cosas que te han pasado en la vida, es como que diantre, I have a good life, como que yo no sé por qué me estoy quejando porque this happened or this that, y
Mhm.
también tú como que you learn to appreciate things that happen to you in a way, como que maybe at the moment when you were a kid you were pissed at something, or maybe you were upset of something that bad that happened to you, but maybe that thing shaped you to be the human being that you are right now, the
Yeah.
great adult that you are right now. So be
Mhm.
grateful for that experience that you had, that traumatic thing that happened to you, because even if you don't feel like it has helped you to shape who
Mhm.
you are.
Yes.
Go ahead, baby.
Snap clap.
Snap clap. Yes. ¿Qué ibas a decir, baby?
No, like I feel like in general with all these topics, I just want to mention before we close this episode, like you're on your own timeline. Don't compare yourself with
Yes.
anyone because your time will come. And I
Yes.
feel like we all need to be very patient, grateful for everything in life. And like your time will come. Simple as
Mm-hmm.
that. And also that any accomplishment is still an accomplishment, no matter like how small, no matter your age. Like we just have to like support one another,
Mm-hmm.
and not compete with each other or anything. Like just getting out of the house is an accomplishment,
Yeah.
anything. So it's like I feel like everything is like,
Even getting out of the bed is an accomplishment. Even
exactly.
that.
I feel like your perspective or how you think of certain situations, we all have to take it in consideration in order to really take a grasp of what life is out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Snap clap for Kimberly. Mm-hmm. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this amazing episode. I know I did. How about you, baby? Did you like it?
Yes, I felt like it was very reflective in a way.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I totally appreciate this.
Esto fue como una mini terapia, in a way.
Literal.
Un therapy sesh.
Yes.
But
So
yeah,
yeah,
guys.
guys, if you have any questions or want to write to us, please write us on our Instagram at 1014sesh podcast or by email at 1014sesh@gmail.com.
Yes. And we'll see you on our next episode next week. Yay.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Bye.
And remember, stay positive and be kind to yourself.